Hi, everyone. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Conversations with MM. This is Marivir Montebon here in Woodside, New York. Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's enjoying the tail end of summer. And this evening, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. And it's a dare. It's going out of my comfort zone. And tonight, our conversation is about food, sumptuous food. And, I've been around moving about in the city as well as here in my neighborhood. So we will talk of Filipino food. And it's very, very exciting. This coming season of autumn, we will have a very engaging and mouth-watering uh, festival of Filipino food. This is brought to us by four amazing entrepreneurs who already had a good experience, a successful one, when they launched the Ube Festival um, in the summer. So I'm talking about young entrepreneurs, daring ones, and they are going to launch the Philippine Festival, and it's about Philippine products, Philippine food, our culture, and cultural items and food that we all love. But first and foremost, this is going to be in celebration of the October Filipino American History Month. So these four entrepreneurs are Ojelin Francisco, better known as DJ Chinita, Paulo Manaid, VJ Navarro, and Daniel Corpus. And early this week, we went to a presser which they organized at the Cabecera Cafe on Allen Street. And they were talking about the upcoming excitement that they're drum beating, which is the Philippine Fest. So, first of the Philippine Fest will be the first weekend of October, and they will feature lumpia and all sorts of lumpia, fresh lumpia, lumpia Shanghai, and all the other unique derivatives. I don't know if that's called derivative, but they are going to showcase that. And let's take a listen at the presser.
Inaugurations of as a name Philippine Fest, we wanted to give you also what are the calendars of activity of the Philippine Fest and how the Philippine Fest started. So with me here, we're gonna start with Daniel. I think a little bit of introduction and his experience to be part of the Philippine Fest, and then as we go along, then later we're gonna give you the calendar, and of course, feel free to ask any questions with regards our events, activities, and anything else more. You're the first.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm a pastry chef and chocolatier here in New York City. Again, one of the newest committee members, I think. It's funny enough that I actually met at the ABG, VJ and Paolo almost 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. But I think that speaks to kind of the power of the platform that these three have really continued to cultivate for small businesses. I'm sure Paolo can remember the first pop-up I had was actually here at Cabecera. I had a 2x2 foot table right there in 90-degree weather with my chocolate, but I still did fairly well, and clearly my experience opening a business, but also being on Netflix's School of Chocolate has also helped. But yeah, I think as a whole, Ube Fest was the first one that we came up with, event-wise, that happened 2 months ago. And I think with the success of Ube Fest, with the number of people that showed up, all of our vendors, I think the litmus test I always asked everyone was this event good or very good? And I think everyone I asked always said very good. So I think because we all did fairly well, we are excited and energized to continue that success as we enter Filipino American History Month this coming October with a slate of events that we have, all themed around, of course, food items that are iconic for Filipinos. And all I'll say is that I think everyone who's joining has already started to prep because again we just saw how well the first event went, and we are grateful for the support that the Filipino community here in New York, and honestly from all around New York City and New York, who came out and honestly gave us a shot for our first event. And we hope that as we continue the slate of events for October and in the future, that we can continue to raise the bar and that all our vendors can continue to grow, build on their experience, and potentially also make livelihoods out of the small businesses that they're currently doing right now. So that's where we're at.
Hi guys, my name is BJ from Sorsara. I believe in 2 years now, like the Filipino community in New York is getting bigger. Like we have a lot of Filipino vendors that are popping out, and I think it's time to open a new. Better? I think it's time to share a new market, which is gonna be all Filipino. No? And I mean, all you people know there's a lot of marketing going on lately, like Burgersburg, Japan Fast, what else we have? Like, there's so many. Taiwan. And I think it's time to show a good market of all Filipinos. Hopefully next year, starting with the Filipino Fest, we're opening a bigger and better market as
Hello? Oh, my name is Paulo Manahid. I have a brand, Nativo by Hatsumomo. I work with hand-woven fabrics from the Philippines, and I've been with the market since we were just over here in Camisera during the pandemic, and we have created, we became friends along the way, creating these events. And our market is basically a platform for small Filipino businesses to give them a place to thrive in. And each time we do it, it gets getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm looking forward to the future, like what's going to happen. Like, we had a tremendous show up for the Ube Fest, and we're looking forward to see what's going to happen with Lumpia Fest, Calamansi Fest that are coming up in October, as well as, for the Christmas one that we're going to do and for next year. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, I'm Algerin Francisco. I'm from Cabecera, and I'm one of them. Wait, fine. Sorry, this is my territory. That's so we've been. So let me just really give a clear background of how this market started and how everyone else has been connected. So back in the pandemic, as everyone knows, we are one of the businesses surviving. And with the community help and the support of the community, we able to pull through and able to stay here after the pandemic. And with that note, we work with a lot of organizations. We work with a lot of small businesses. And with working with them, we see the power of collaboration. We see the power of unity. We see the power of lifting each other, highlighting each other, and connecting and reaching out to new people or more people, or connecting them from different aspects of business. I said it's a business because we were not going to be here. We're not going to be doing the market. We're not going to be anywhere else or pushing forward if without the backbone of this, which is, of course, our business. And aligned with that, we're pushing it because, as we see before, there's a lot of market happening around, but no one is highlighting just Filipino businesses owners. There's Asians, there's Southeast Asians, there are actually Japanese, Taiwanese, Malaysians, but as we can call as our market, as a Filipino market, as far as I understand and as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, we're always piggybacking to someone else, something else. So with that, we see that there is a strong power highlighting and cultivating the Filipino businesses owners, Filipino products, Filipino merchandise, Filipino food, and as a Filipino as a whole, we had a very strong and resilient power in every different way, in the business, in the food, in life. We always come back on our food. So that's how we all started. So I'm very lucky that I was able to given an opportunity to have a brick and mortar in here. And so that's where I use that tool to able to have more businesses just, pop up in here, showcase your products in here, and introduce yourself in the community in a way that Calisera has a little bit reached out. With that being said, years passed, second year passed, and now this is our second year. Through all of this year, we stumbled ups and downs, success, and of course, lesson. We started Philippine Fest. It's because we feel that this is timely, and this is just the opportunity that we've been waiting for. There's a lot of market happening now, which I would say mimicking what we've been doing, which is we're so happy because meaning to say we give them an example. We inspire them. We teach them how to start it up. We teach them what they have to do. Now, as we name as a Philippine Fest, and we know that's a very big name to take. We here, that's why we're doing this press conference to introduce ourselves. That will equip enough, we're skilled enough, and we're experienced enough to take this name. And we're working with a lot of small businesses, artists, creatives, chefs, and media people, and community organizers, and everyone else from the back of the kitchen to the CEO of the businesses that I would just open that big view on when actually Daniel brought me into the Culinary Institute. There's one question in there that really surprised me. The president of the CIA, right, asked who here in this very corporate high-end event, who here are actually like naughty or like doing bad things and when they are young. Half of the people raise their hands, half of the people doing good. But when the second question strike, everyone else, like I would say 90% of the people in there, in ties, in coats, and CEOs of the businesses, he said, who here started as a dishwasher? Remember? So what we are saying in here is like, we are not saying we're gonna get there, but that's the goal, to be one of the market, to be one of the big market in the industry. But where do they start? They start from this presenting their group, this learning, and through the time, that's what our goal, united, and as we were giving a descriptive mission statement for the Philippine Fest, one thing that highlights in there is this is going to be the market that will highlight creative chefs, business owners or talents that in one place you'll get everything else in one experience. So this is again, I said this is a big name, and we're gonna continue to work and build that from every step of the way. And we hope that with your guidance, with your support, and everyone else in here, work hand in hand with us and directly working with us, we're gonna get there. Thank you.
So that was the first part of the presser, which was done outside the premises of Cabecera Cafe on Allen Street. So you would hear a lot of noise coming from the vehicles on the bus. The buses passed by, so we had to stop and stop talking for a while, and so that we will let the bus do its noise, and when it's gone, we resume the press conference. So it's very inspiring for the young entrepreneurs, Filipino American entrepreneurs who are creative and very positive in their approach to pushing for the mainstreaming of Filipino cuisine. And so take note of this schedule that let me begin with the Lumpia Festival. This is going to be on the first weekend of October, which is the celebration of the Filipino American History Month. So take note that there is going to be a cook fest, a contest, a lumpia eating contest, a cooking contest, and you will only have to email philippinefestny@gmail.com for inquiry if you want to participate. There is a lumpia eating contest, and there's also a lumpia making contest. So this is going to be on October 1 and 2 from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. So watch out for this, mga entrepreneurs, mga culinary artists, and just mga mahilig magluto. You try to join this one. This is going to be fun. And following that is a Calamansi Festival, which is in the week of October 8th. And this is going to be at the East Village between 11th and 12th Street in downtown Manhattan. And there is also the Ube Festival once again. It's doing a second festival following the success last year. I mean this summer. So there is going to be a Ube Fest again, and the details of this will be announced later. And finally, there is an Adobo Festival at the Lower East Side. It's a block party. The street will be closed, and this is going to be at the Lower East Side on Eldridge Street between Delancey and Rivington in downtown Manhattan. So it's going to be from 6 p.m. Oh, no. It's going to be from noontime until 6 p.m. So take note of that. It's going to be a very vibrant time for the Filipino entrepreneurs and for enthusiasts who want to be discovered, who want to share their recipes and cook, and perhaps that would expand your businesses. So let's continue with the conversation with the Ojlin, DJ Chinita, and the rest of the organizers.
I guess this is a good time to transition into the actual events that we have.
Yes.
I guess to as kind of like bookend what we just discussed. Philippines Fest is a platform that the five of us, the fifth one is Pregnant
Craig
Sparrows.
is somewhere.
The five of us are really trying to cultivate and help and support small businesses, Filipino businesses, again, small, medium, large, however they may be, so that they can continue to grow, continue to learn, and again, provide and build this community that we have as Filipinos. I think that's a good way to just put out what Philippines Fest is. So I guess transitioning into the slate of events that we have, just as a quick kind of like rundown, it's October is Filipino American History Month, as we all know. So for the first weekend of October, which is the 1st, 2nd, and also September 30th, we will be hosting Lumpia Fest. Food primarily will be there on the 1st and 2nd, including, and like Ate said, there will also be a Best Lumpia contest. So we're inviting everyone from, again, your Lola, my Lola, anyone's Lola, anyone's Tita, any pastry cook, yeah, whoever. Anyone who wants to put their hand and create lumpia, any kind of lumpia. The only kind of like rule there is that you cannot buy lumpia from, Asian food store.
You don't need to be a business owner
Yep.
to join a
So that one is a novelty kind of like contest. Anyone can join. You can, I think we decided you can buy pre-made.
You can even join. You can just wrap something in the
You
lumpia
can
on
do
it.
that wrapper.
Yep. So we decided that you can use a pre-made wrapper, but it's up to you for which wrapper you'd like. By all means, I'm sure I'll see like Vietnamese rice wrapper as a fusion kind of lumpia. But again, anyone can join that contest as well as the eating contest, where we will provide the lumpia and we will count how many you can scarf down in
That's
like a minute.
amazing.
And I believe there's a cash prize for both the contest, making and eating.
A bag of frozen lumpia.
As a bag of frozen lumpia, you get frozen lumpia.
So again, that is, we can delve deeper in that and answer any questions about that fest. But then the second one will then be Ube Fest. Calamansi Fest, which is the second weekend of October, followed by Ube Fest, which is the third weekend, and then the fourth weekend of October will be Adobo Fest. So again, we're really trying to celebrate Filipino food throughout the entire month of October to really showcase again Filipino American History Month. But yeah, I mean, we can read out more details about where and everything.
Yeah, different kind. I mean, I don't
Whatever
really
you
need to
can
name,
wrap with the
Yeah.
lumpia.
but they are like pork lumpia, vegetable lumpia, dynamite lumpia.
I think as a whole, we'll see
Yeah.
a good like.
Fusion.
Yeah.
Different kind of.
So we want you to get surprised and excited.
So I think you'll have everyone from, like, I'll be honest, my mom, my Lola from the Philippines, she's here. So my mom and Lola will be making traditional lumpia. I'm sure Ate Augie will be making a little bit more, what I'm looking for, modernistic lumpia. So by all means, I think going back to the question of like, what have we learned? One, we're not going to run out of lumpia, considering we're calling it Lumpia Fest. But with the number of vendors that we have, I think everyone realizes that 100 pieces is not enough, right? So I think people are challenging themselves to create 10,000 pieces, for example, to withstand 3 days worth of lumpia.
Because if you remember Lumpia Shack, they have all sorts of lumpia, diba? So I was thinking possibly something like that.
It's funny you mentioned him because he's gonna be there.
Oh, he's gonna be there. Neo.
It's a big
So he's gonna have a stall.
So as we are doing a best lumpia competition, we don't want to drop any more names aside what you mentioned, but we invited a couple of keynotes person, which is we know a significant person who knows lumpia more than the anatomy of lumpia more than anyone else. So yeah, Neil, we invited him to be part of the judges.
Where is this going to be? Where?
It's gonna be on Canal Street Market.
Okay.
So the lumpia, best lumpia competition and eating competition will held
Wow.
on Sunday.
So I guess this is a good time to transition into the actual events that we have.
Yes.
I guess as kind of like bookend what we just discussed, Philippines Fest is a platform that the five of us, the fifth one is Pregnant
Craig
Sparrows,
is somewhere.
the five of us are really trying to cultivate and help and support small businesses, Filipino businesses, again, small, medium, large, however they may be, so that they can continue to grow, continue to learn, and again, provide and build this community that we have as Filipinos. I think that's a good way to just put out what Philippines Fest is. So I guess transitioning into the
Okay, so that's the in-depth explanation of the organizers who are preparing themselves for a bigger undertaking in October. So watch out, we will be celebrating Filipino food, mainstreaming it in October, lumpia, calamansi, ube, and adobo. So watch out. And those who are entrepreneurs, culinary artists, those who want to be discovered, that they make very good lumpia or they make very good calamansi drinks, join na. Just keep in touch with DJ Chinita of Cabecera Cafe and Daniel Corpus to be able to know the mechanics. And we will also be posting here how are you going to be able to join. And so on with our interview, I asked them about their mindset on making the ingredients healthy, not just delicious. Let's listen to this.
So, estimate number of people who attended Ube Fest and the impact on your businesses, traffic-wise or foot traffic-wise, and what have you learned so that you will implement that in the Philippine Fest? Kasi diba, that was the first one, so I'm sure you've learned a lot, and that you will sa Phil Fest, you'll be improving na. So what will you do better from what you've learned inside?
So I guess I'll answer the second question first, because I guess number, I'm not sure. Erwin back there is smiling because he also learned something, I'm sure. But very quickly and succinctly for me, I think, one, we didn't expect that number of people to show up. We are grateful and fortunate that so many people did. I think as an example, going into that weekend, Friday, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a slower day. But no, I nearly sold out on Friday. At which point that night, I prepped for Saturday, and same goes, Saturday night, I prepped for Sunday. And by that, I'm talking about prepping practically 500 ube chocolate chips, 600 pandesal a day, which is something I did not expect to do. So transitioning that into like 2 weeks from now, which is the first Lumpia Fest, which is again a 2-day event for food and then 3-day for merch, I already started prepping today. Today, while I was at my location, I was spraying all my molds for ube. So I'm practically starting off with almost 2,000 pieces of ube bonbons. So I think that is something that I learned as someone who has a location, but hopefully I can speak for some of those smaller businesses that, you know, I think everyone pushed themselves for Ube Fest, which is something that we are all excited about. I think the fact that on Friday people sold out at 1:30, they were like, can I go home to make more stuff? Because they realized that there is the potential to grow your business 3 times faster or whatever metric faster at one of these fests. And I think, I'll be honest, I think going into Saturday and going into Sunday, I was like, you guys, anything ube, make it. And I think, for example, somebody made ice candy the night before Sunday, and by all means, that also sold out. So everyone learned, even us as established businesses, learned something. And we are, again, like I said, I keep using the word, but energized and excited to use what we've learned for the next 4 weeks of fests, which is daunting to think about, but I think we all, those who have joined us, and even those who haven't, who are interested in joining us, I think we can at least inform them in a way that they will also be ready to grow their businesses 10-fold, 20-fold, 50-fold through the, again, platform and the events that we'll be having in the next month.
Just for reference, what's the average?
Join us now and see that this might be the time to really do so.
I have a question for Daniel. Oh, okay, okay.
Average number.
Oh, the average, we had about 10,000 to 12,000 people come in. So
Wow.
like the first day, people sold like we only had the first day was sort of a preview. So we had a few vendors, ube vendors, and I remember we have a balloon display that I was gonna bring out, and there was a line, and I'm like, is this our line? And it was our line. So there was people lined up, dressed up in purple, ready for the Ube Fest, even before the event opened. And so most of the desserts people that were there that day, they brought 2 days worth of food that they would normally sell for 2 days, and they sold it within like a couple of hours. And so they all went home, and they were like, oh my God, we sold out. And can we make more? Of course, you can go home and make more. And yeah, there was just the amount of people. And then the next day, there was another longer line than it was on Friday. I sell clothing, and anything purple sold. Like I
Awesome.
have the fans, the hats. Like I made so many hats. Like by Sunday, I have no more hats, but I can't make any more. That's how it was. Is that like even for me, anything purple, because I did make a couple of purple things just to make it fun. But they swiped all the purple stuff, and I had to make some stuff to kind of carry through the whole weekend. And yeah, so it's just because the people that go to our events, they're very, very supportive. They only not support the food vendors, but they also support us. And most of them have become our friends. We met them. Yeah, keep coming back. They come back, and when they come back, they usually buy something. And some people have bought literally everything. And so they're very, very supportive, and they come out and they come and support not just me, but then the whole market itself. And that's one thing that's great about our customers. And most of them are our friends now as well.
So sarap, di ba, naubos yung
Yeah.
diniganan po ito, and then the
Yeah, we sold like a lot. Especially taho. We made like some yata na tops na taho. 10 of them, easy in like 3 hours.
Wow.
Right? I had to call my dad to bring back more. I couldn't make it, so it was too much. But in addition to that, I believe that non-Filipino are starting like seeing the Filipino culture. On the Ube Fest, there was like a lot of white, Spanish, black coming in and aware that there's gonna be a Ube Festival. Especially the Asian community, which Asian and Chinese, Korean, Japanese, they love Ube. So having them on that event is really
It's heartwarming.
right?
Yeah, so I don't want to be the spammer, but I just want to answer the question that what we've learned. Okay, so being a small business, of course, we are answerable for the customers who came late, who doesn't have food anymore available. Yes, we hear that, and yes, we learn from that, and yes, because we are small businesses, meaning to say we're not the 10,000 man who can create 1,000 of food. We love the 1,000 of people who stormed us on the first day, second day, and the third day. But again, it's a one-man show in there, cooking, serving, preparing, and entertaining, talking to the people, and getting your payment and everything else. So with that, we learn that we have to delegate a specific when we said this is the festival for Ube, festival for Lumpia, festival for Calamansi Festival. We're gonna make sure that these vendors or these small businesses will stress out all the resources that they can before the day and to the day and to the last day. So we learned that there's a lot of people will literally gonna come. And so yeah, we were, as of this time, as Daniel said, we're preparing because we want to cater all the people who will come to the Lumpia Festival to be able to have an experience. But with that, Even though they come, they went hungry, and apparently they just go for shopping because there's no more food. But overall, the experience, the impact, the beauty of just being there, they're happy about it.
Question. On the supply side, do you consider like sourcing from local and organic? Is that part of your framework as a food in the food industry?
So that was very timely question because as we are going through all of this process, as we experienced during the pandemic, a lot of important goods has cut off, laid out of stock.
Right.
So without even considering to change your brand or give you an opportunity to really test out yourself and challenge yourself to find what is available locally.
Right.
Okay, so now after the pandemic, I myself as a proven using local products, all of our ingredients because I cannot buy this, I cannot buy that, I can't buy this. This is like so expensive, and this is like delay, cost of whatever the production will get delayed. So yes, and one thing that because we are a small business, we're creating a network to echo the support in each of the small businesses. Like me, I need to sell merchandise. I'm gonna ask who I'm gonna ask. Of course, the person that I know who sell merchandise. I need to sell stickers. I need to sell flavoring or things like that. I'm not gonna go to the big brand Mamasitas or whatsoever. Okay, I'll go to local like Kuzi or something. It's locally produced. It's small businesses, and then also as you're asking, there are more organic chemicals in it. Going, I don't know if it's related or whatsoever, but I had my cousins who just visited in Italy yesterday, and this is the conversation that we are talking about. It's like life is just about how you value your necessity instead of creating a branded and put it into your product and use that brand to elevate your product. I don't know if you get my point, but it's becoming like you are showcasing your product through to your channeling to the locals and making ingredients then kind of backpacking or hitting to big brand, and you would say, oh, this is from this and I made out of this. Something. Yeah.
Thank you so much, DJ. I like that answer. So I like also like our Filipino entrepreneurs here in New York source their materials, their ingredients locally, so that we are boosting the local farmers at the same time engaging in trying to make sure that the sources are organically grown and are helping local economy and small entrepreneurs as well. So I love that. So remember to join the Philippines Fest. This is going to be on October 1 and 2 on Canal Street. The first to be featured will be Lumpia. All kinds of lumpia. There is going to be a best lumpia competition. So which is the most delicious lumpia? You can join the contest. There's a prize. And you can also eat lumpia because there's an eating competition. So take note, this is going to be fun on Canal Street Market, which is on 265 Canal Street, New York. And this is going to be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So please contact the organizers, and you can email for details of how to participate. You can email at philippinesfestny@gmail.com. So, join na kayo. And also, after the lumpia, there will be a Calamansi Festival. Remember, calamansi, that little lemon, Philippine lemon, is going to take center stage on October 8th at the East Village. So get ready to experience the tangiest lime in the world. It's zesty, tart, and iconic, look and taste and nutritious as well. It's going to be a first festival of the Calamansi, and it's going to happen on October 8th from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Also at East Village on 4th Avenue between 11th and 12th Street. And on the third weekend, the Ube Festival is going to happen again on October 16, and this is in exclusive partnership um, with certain groups, and it hasn't been mentioned yet what group is this. And finally, the Adobo Festival. So I don't know if there's going to be a contest on cooking adobo or eating adobo, but take note, this is going to be on October 30 from noon until 6 p.m. at the Lower East Side, Eldridge, between Delancey and Rivington Street in New York. So, exciting times. Make sure you keep in touch with the organizers so that they can give you the specific guidelines on how to go about this. Oops. Okay, let me see. And now, moving on, would like to congratulate the owners of a newly opened restaurant. Oh, I have a greeting from my sister in Cebu. Hello from Cebu, Philippines. Hello, Joanne. Good morning, Philippines. Good morning, Cebu. And shout out to CJ, Jasmine, Julian, and Carmela. Hello, kiddos, mga pamangkin. Hope you're doing well. It's a Sunday in Cebu, so walay klase. So you must be relaxing. You must be easy on a Sunday morning over there, right? So thank you for watching. And so yesterday I was with my good friend Vanette Colmenares, who also lives here in Woodside, and we went to a newly opened restaurant in Woodside, our neighborhood, and it's called Little Manila Grill and Fast Food. Ta-da-dan! It's on the corner of Roosevelt Avenue and 69th Street. Now, this is a very timely name because we just made this strip on 70th Street and 69th Street, Little Manila. And now you have a restaurant that's called Little Manila. And what did we eat? I ate healthy. I ate mongo and a little bit of rice because I'm trying to manage my cholesterol and my weight. So it's a very delicious offering. Thank you so much. Congratulations to Bong Ibarra, who and his team who owns the restaurant. And Vanette ordered a lot. She ordered pancit canton. She ordered ampalaya and no, beef with onion, beef steak with onion, and there was a buena mano for lechon. I looked at the lechon. I didn't eat it, but Vanette said it was so good. So congratulations again. So if you feel like eating Filipino food in a fast manner because you're in a hurry or you're so hungry, go there on 69th Street and Roosevelt. So that's an addition to our line of Filipino restaurants on Woodside. So you see, Woodside is the most populous area for Filipinos living in New York. This is where most of us live. So it feels like naaka sa Pilipinas when you are in Woodside because you would hear people speaking my language, Cebuano, or they would speak their own language, which is like Tagalog or Batangueño or Ilocano. So it's a vibrant place. So enjoy this new area as well as the other Filipino restaurants. And yes, come visit. And you will feel a little bit like home. You won't feel so homesick. So that's about it. Yes, I made it. I made it. I made a solo show, and it's live. So thank you so much for watching and bearing with me. I hope you are going to continue watching Conversations with MM, because this is about us. We are featuring awesome Filipinos in the community, what they do, the good that they do, so that they become an exemplary inspiration to all who are watching us, and to just really do good for the sake of making our lives better here in this community and in the US as well. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next conversation with MM. Mwah. Bye.